Copenhagen, welcome to the playoffs!
Rocket League fans around the world, welcome to Copenhagen for day one of bracket play with the fiercest top 8 we've ever seen. You heard the fans as they welcomed in our teams. It was a celebration of every single one of them. Every Rocket League fan knows this is some of the best teams we've ever seen in a top 8.
And this is what it's all about. 230 days ago, we crowned Vitality as champions with an electric crowd. It's been a while, Bates, for the players, for the casters, for everyone. But everyone's back. The energy, we all feel it. The players feel it. This is what they compete for, to get top 8, to play in front of you guys. So I can't wait.
Ever seen in a top 8.
And this is what it's all about.
Where am I hearing that from?
We crowned Vitality as champions with an electric crowd. It's been a while, Bates, for the players, for the casters, for everyone.
That's it.
Action for you guys in store. We got teams getting ready to play. We got about half an hour before kickoff here in Copenhagen. So we'll get you caught up. If you're just now joining us, or this is your first time watching Rocket League, welcome in. You picked a great time in the season to start. We're about halfway through our season. I think tomorrow officially will be the halfway point, as we'll be there on March 31st, the end of Major 1, halfway through, folks. Getting set up for the second half of our season, where we will be playing in London at the end of that major. Should be a huge one, folks. And then we got the World Championship coming up at the end. Great time to be a Rocket League fan. We've got Rocket League action all week long here. We've gone through 2 days. We're right there on Saturday, and we're playing the quarterfinals here again. Those games starting here in about half an hour. Tomorrow, we got a First Touch pre-show. We missed their show on Wednesday because they were traveling over here across the world. They'll give you that show Sunday morning. Set yourself up for Championship Sunday. You got any surprises in store for us, Bates? Anything you could tease the viewers at home with what they can expect for on the show tomorrow?
We got a couple big-time guests coming on the First Touch pre-show, so you're going to want to be in the building. We're going to have some crowd interaction. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun. It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be an excellent one, folks. We had 16 teams that joined us at the beginning of the show back on March 28th. 8 remain here, but it was quite the stacked field here, Gibbs.
Oh, absolutely. But the Thursday caster power rankings, we actually got something right, Johnny. Our top 8 teams, in some order, they're all here. We see the Falcons, we see Furia, 2 NA hopefuls, G2 and Gen G, and of course, the entire European region.
The whole entire European region, indeed. I mean, these are the 8 best teams in the tournament. No questions to be asked. And now we're about to see, potentially, there could be no European teams left in the top 4
It is possible.
Time ever. But also, they could be the whole entire
it
top
could be
4.
all them.
EU. That's how good the bracket is. International matchups, every single quarterfinal. That's what you want to see here in Copenhagen. It's going to be a great land.
It's probably going to be a mixture of one of those two. There'll probably have some Europeans and maybe.
It's going to be chaos either way.
We'll see what happens. Again, it could go. Every single one of these matches is competitive, folks. All these teams, they're playing for the title of Major 1 champion, but they're also playing for 32 season points and $75,000.
Yeah, all the teams are collecting points through every open qualifier, but also you get pretty much double points when you get to a major here. 32 points is going to set you up very nicely to make it to that World Championship.
Indeed it will, folks. Now, we're here for the playoffs today. We had 16 teams. We narrowed it down to 8 over the course of the last 2 days. 33 matches of Rocket League we played across the course of our Swiss. Every team with a chance to take on other teams here. There was so many different lives over the course of this. It's a crazy format. If you don't know how it works, don't worry. If you win matches, you play against teams that win matches until you win at least 3. If you win 3 before you lose 3, you get to qualify through. That's how it works. It's a crazy action here, Johnny, across the last
Yeah, this is the part we got wrong. So we were able to get the top 8 right, but the order very wrong. You know, seeing Gentlebates and Furia up there in the 3-0 round. I mean, Gentlebates especially being the top EU team, nobody saw that coming.
Nobody saw that coming, and Furia as well. I mean, some people might have thought that Jorby would be one of them, but they did end up going 3-0, and then the reigning world champions had to claw, had to fight, had to scrap against Luminosity last night to close out the day. They're here to play though in front of the crowd alongside G2, alongside Gen G.
I feel like our 3-0 teams are the big surprises though here, Gibbs. I mean, like, every team has a story, but let's talk about Furia, right?
Oh,
again, Jorby hyped them up.
They did.
And we were all like, you're a little overhyping them here, Jorby. Clearly not.
The one question mark we had with Furia, we know they can play offense. Can they play defense? And they said No, sir, we will not answer that question. We only play offense, and it did not matter versus the world's best. That's literally, they were on the other side of the field every single match, consistent pressure, scoring relatively easy goals because of that pressure built up, Johnny.
Yeah, they just get so many clean beats, so many wins on races in the final third, and the confidence of the shooting really is a sight to behold. And yeah, here is a look at them taking down Vitality in the third game of that series, and they went all the way to 5. That was, one of Vitality's, results that aged a little bit better once we saw how impressive Furia were. Furia taking down everybody.
I know, they beat everybody. They beat a Gen G team here, took them all the way to 5. It wasn't easy for Furia, but it was a good test. So every single time they gotten better and better, and I think that their offense has just been nothing short of superb. They haven't had to play too much defense, but that's because they're always on the offensive end gets.
Yeah, but they're just dominating everybody. They bring in Big Drufinho. He's coming over from the crew side, the South American MVP. So Furia, consolidated talent. We're going to say that a lot throughout this weekend. And Furia did just that, and they showed it that they are one of the world's best teams. They go through 3-0, a shorter day too, but everyone's on one life now, so Furia has to keep it up for 3 more matches.
Sure do. As you see, they win at 5-2 in this game. And also, they just kept scoring the goals. Look at them. More goals. I'm still throwing all 3 up on offense. We're not scared of anybody.
Here's your other 3-0 team, Gentlemates, who I did not have comfortably qualifying. I thought they were going to be the team struggling through in the 5th round of Swiss. But not only did they qualify 3-0, they finished it off by 3-0ing Falcons. We'll have a look at some of those goals in a minute. But yeah, they beat both MENA teams. They took down Row 1 in their opener. It's absolute screamer across the pitch from Itachi in game 2 there. And yeah, they were able to take down EU as well. They were able to get the win against BDS, which is huge. Yeah, wow, what a team. They really are the teamiest team at the tournament.
So if anyone had them 3-0, tweet at RLCS, because I'm pretty certain literally no one had this team going 3-0. The EU 4 seed, not expected to do that. A lot of people probably had them in the 2-2 round to just barely make it out. But this is the European depth, Johnny, that we always talk about. Any of these teams can possibly win majors or world championships. Gentlemates showed just that, especially when they went up against Team Falcons, who took down K-Corp earlier. Not only did they beat them, they beat them 3-0.
They sure did beat them 3-0, and every single time, Gentlemates, Johnny, there's a team that likes overtimes. I say Falcon is. There's a team who likes overtimes even more, especially at this land. It's been Gentlemates. Because look at how many overtime victories this team keeps on winning. They're just playing consistent Rocket League, not only across the regular 5 minutes, but they have to play another 4, another 5 in overtime. It's always the same game.
Which Gentlemates like victory do you rate higher, the Falcons or the BDS win?
Ooh, I'd say Falcons, because I think on the first day, BDS were a little bit iffy. But yeah, the win 3-0 over Falcons is ridiculous. So that's a huge win there. And yeah, here are the teams. This is where I thought Gentlemates were going to be, but it turns out it's actually the reigning world champions, Vitality, who are struggling through the 5th round of Swiss. And LG really showed up. They nearly reverse swept the Swiss bracket, winning 2 series in a row, winning 2 games in the final series of the day, but they could not get that game 5.
And listen, the reigning world champs, they're in trouble. Okay, LG is playing their best ball they probably ever have. He was throwing it back all the way to 2019, DreamHack Montreal. That's how good he was playing. But Zen, every single time Vitality needed an answer, he was there to answer the call. Every single time, every play, every moment.
Hope every
Zen
EU
was
team
there
just
to make
loses.
it happen. Even when they lost the ultimate game,
Furia
they
should
still
win
clutched
this.
up in game 5.
I think Furia got this one, to be honest.
Land champions, and they are on the same
This is gonna be
footing
tough
as
for
everyone else.
P2, dude.
One
BDS is
life
freaking our
left. They've had 2 bad
rival,
teams,
dog.
but the great teams,
They have our
while
number.
they're playing bad, they still get the wins. They still move on in tournaments. But if they can find their true form, everyone else has to watch out.
Yeah, the difference between good teams and great teams in Rocket League is how well do they play on their bad days. Vitality still alive, still here. They lost to Furia, though, in the Swiss. They're going to have to beat them here in the bracket if they want to continue on to Championship Sunday. We'll see if they can do it, folks. But before we close out the Swiss, we got to walk through some top plays here, Bates. We had 5 great plays yesterday. Walk us through them.
Listen, we sure did have 5 great plays. There's nothing short of great Rocket League happening every single day. It started number 5, Scrub. The Pioneers lad bouncing off the ceiling, reset. 1, 2, 3 to 3 people in net. None of them can get up in time. Somebody from Elevate, tell them to jump in Apex, please. Hand down, man down. You know the rules. It's in your net. Give me number 4, please. At number 4, we got TRK. You think it's TRK, but it's not. It's not. It's the whole entire Falcons team play. Fake 0 seconds. Vitality low boost. Stuck in their half. Falcons, this is how they beat Carmine Corp in game number 5. They bust out another fake. They're too good at that. That's why they end up winning that series. At number 3, a 1, a 2, a 3. Gen G passing play. That throwing it back to last season. seasoned Furia. You haven't seen him too much on defense the whole entire year, but to score on him, that's what you got to do. Number 2, Rise of the Addo of the Chronic. Thank you, sir. I'll take that off your Abjack. Where are you going? You're lost in the sauce. Find your way, Abjack. The ball's in your net. Rise up high. Addo says, I'm not worried about Chronic. NA too slow. EU too fast. That's in your net every single time. But ultimately, number 1, of course, we got to get to NA. Gibbs makes the top 5. He's going to give it to his favorite player of all time. First killer, off the wall, off the ceiling, reset, cups it up, top, left, corner. KC, listen, there's not much you can do right here. When FK's got that much space, that much time, that much precision. Too bad they didn't end up getting to win the series, but they're looking good today.
Name a better player, so you can't.
Yeah,
You can't. First killer earned that one. He earned that one.
I think that was the best play. I mean, hey, that Addo goal reminds me of, it gives me Season 5 Garrett G on Wasteland. You know what I'm talking
popped
about?
off the ceiling?
Yeah, gets bumped onto the ceiling and grounds himself.
He shrugged it off pretty well, just too strong, you know. Atto, mid-air bump, doesn't matter. He just rolls right through him.
It was incredible stuff. Well, that does officially conclude coverage of the Swiss here. We now are in the playoffs officially, and we are continuing to count down about 15 minutes till we get our first match underway here. These quarterfinals, we could not have drawn it up any better. Gibbs, you did a great job with the script here.
It's perfect.
One European team in every match. They've got a challenger to get through on every side. There's a story in each one, too.
It's very possible we get all international bracket. That would be fantastic. But honestly, a lot of these matchups feel coin flippy. There's a lot of rematches, 3 rematches here, but you can see a way that these teams could all win this. Yes, some teams come out 3-2, some come out 3-0. We've seen it so often, though, that those 3-2 teams, they get more reps in, they take down those 3-0 teams when we get to the bracket stage. We'll
talk about that bracket in more detail as the day goes on and as we get into each of those matches. We got, again, the teams are getting ready to go on the field, but before we do, let's play a game. You at home can play along. Just use hashtag yay, hashtag nay, depending on whether you agree with the statement we put on the screen, chat, or the audience here. You guys can also play along, cheer if you agree with what is being said, or boo if you don't, I guess. Let's get into number 1 here, topic of the day. All European top 4. All the European teams win their matches. You agree? Yes or no? 3, 2, 1. No one. No one. Okay.
No, thumbs down for me.
I didn't think all of us were going to
I think at least one of them is going to lose. At least one.
One has to, right?
One.
Just
I think
statistically.
One.
Oh, yeah.
One of them will
please. I'd like Europe. Obviously, is looking really good. It's very possible it does happen, but
you have you got 2 matches here with Karmine Corps versus Chesley. No one thinks it's not happening. We got 2 of them have already faced or played a team they've already lost to in this tournament.
3 of them are rematches. In fact, yeah.
3, but yes, yeah. It's going to be a crazy one here, folks. Okay, we'll move on. That one wasn't that interesting then. Okay, South America and MENA in the finals. South America or MENA.
Or MENA, at least one.
One or the other.
Agree?
One or both.
3, 2, 1.
I like that.
Bates.
Hating.
I like that.
I'm not hating. I'm just being factual.
Oh, don't tell me you have 2 NA in the finals.
Don't worry about I got in the finals.
Like, I think it would be so great for the entire esport to get these regions back to a final, or at least for MENA back to a final. But Sam, their very first one, and honestly, we saw them in Swiss. They can definitely win this tournament. Falcons of Furia are red hot.
For sure. They're absolutely contenders.
Well, I think we got time for one more. Again, the teams apparently are ready to go here. Let's take a look at the last one.
Don't mind it.
See which one it is. G2 wins more than 1 game, assumedly against BDS here, who they have in best of 7s only ever taken 1 game off of.
Who wrote this? Who knows? Who knows?
Written this one.
3, 2, 1.
I pre-jumped it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it 2. I think they get 2.
2. Give them 2.
I'm giving them 1.
Give them 2 games.
Only 1?
The history shows that BDS will beat them 4-1. It just shows
that.
But those are different teams.
Thank you, Chad.
Come on.
We already talked about Beast Mode Daniel, not LAN player, so I'm just saying. Just saying.
Chad is split down the middle on this one. They are not. They're not right up there, folks. All right, continuing on. Just a reminder, well, you guys are predicting what's going to happen here. We've been predicting the matches all week as well. A reminder of how that tournament is going now. Johnny and I are currently tied for 3rd.
Actually, I win the tiebreak with the alphabetical order there.
Oh my goodness!
Couldn't be Hercules.
W Gang is in shambles out here. Gibbs up at the top right now.
That's pretty usual. That's pretty usual. I'm not worried about that. Bates, though, you versus Chat's coming. That's a pretty good competition.
I think Chat's coming back at you today, mate. You are in trouble.
I don't think I'm in trouble at all. I think I'm in a great spot.
I've seen your predictions. You're in so much trouble.
My champion's looking good. I'm never going to switch them because I'm not worried about losing anytime soon.
The battle of T-Bates versus Chat is a lighten up, folks. tune in here for all your latest coverage there. All right, we've also been power ranking the teams as we've gone on. Let's take a look at that. Falcons was in second yesterday. They dropped here. Do you feel like they dropped Gibbs as much as Gentle Mates and Furia gained a spot on them?
It's more Furia because obviously like 3-0s and all that are gonna move you up to the 2-3 spots. Everyone really thinks K-Corp will still win. I think Teammates put in his power rankings, but I deleted them. He didn't have K-Corp number 1. He had G2, so hey, have to delete that one off the list. But it's tough. It's tough. I feel like K-Corp, we all think, or a lot of us think, that they're still gonna win this tournament. That timeout buff is here now, but there's so many teams that possibly could. It's gonna be close.
We'll see what happens here, folks. Okay, we are getting moments away from kickoff. Reminder, this is the bracket we are playing today. We are going to play through our quarterfinal matches, and then we'll play the semifinals and grand finals tomorrow on Championship Sunday. So you'll get to see all 8 teams remaining in the tournament play today. We will crown off the day, or finish off the day, with Karmine Corp, the Blue Wall, taking on Team Falcons. We'll see Furia play Vitality right before that. BDS and G2, they're waiting for the conclusion of our first match, and we're ready to get into it, folks. Gentle Mates Alpine versus Gen G Mobile One Racing, the number 1 seed out of the Swiss, going up against the hottest team from North America.
Here we go, Gentle Mates, the 3-0 run. No one expected that. Gen G Mobile One Racing, though, they had to battle. They were in that 2-0 round, and they dropped all the way down, but they're still here.
Folks, it is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the Copenhagen Major. Let the games begin.
Introducing first on the blue side, representing Europe, the number 1 seed, Gentle Mates.
I kind of like this venue. It's kind of nice. Please, Gen G.
Gentlemate's just looking so comfortable all weekend. They're smiling, they're laughing, they're comfortable, they're calm, and it doesn't look like that's changed now they're in front of the lion crowd either.
Juicy coming out. He comes over from Moist, who he had his clutch moments at the World Championship, but I think a lot of people thought it was an interesting pickup because Moist wasn't the best of teams, but they pick him up for a reason. We saw these guys form. They were the leftovers of Europe, but they formed so early during that roster mania. They knew who they wanted, and it has paid off.
It sure has paid off. And Itachi, I mean, he's the captain in the middle. Even for K-Corp, he was captain in the middle. And that's just because he's a leader. He's a proven winner. So far in this event, he's having one of his best of all time. He's averaging 454 score per game. That means something. He's averaging 0.91 goals per game. I call him the tap-in merchant, but listen, that's a compliment because he's always in position to make plays, to make it easier for his teammates, and then deliver when he needs to. And then they have the superstar at the end, a former world champion in his own right.
Yeah, Seiko, every time he shows up to a LAN, he just locks in, and he's making a lot of finals. If you think back to the last 3, he skipped a couple, but he's made finals, won one final, and then come second in the last 2. So yeah, he has some of the most consistent LAN performances and consistent deep runs. And look at the fans coming out to support as well. I feel like this one could end up being a little bit one-sided.
Sure.
And now introducing their opponents, representing North America, looking to add a 3rd star to the logo,
Gentle Mates versus Gen G.
Gen G.
Yeah, they actually went 3-0 in Swiss.
On Swiss, the ones who put all the red. So, who was the other game?
Top 8 is this.
You know, it doesn't matter where we play. Rocket League fans love to watch good Rocket League. These are three of the best to do it. First Killer and Appjack are going to get a crowd anywhere they go.
They sure are. And listen, every single time Jack walks in, I get a chill that runs down my spine. And man always looks like he means business. Chronic's a major win in and of his own right, Gibbs.
In his first LAN, he comes out and wins that fall major. These guys have experience through the roof. Obviously, apparently, Jack, the captain in the middle, he's going to keep the boys calm. They were looking good day one, 2-0. Then they fought the tough opponents, the top 8s, and they could not perform until it mattered most in that 2-2 round. But honestly, I just think that's more reps, Johnny, and these guys are ready for this.
Yeah, they bounced back brilliantly. They were on 2 straight losses yesterday. Then they swept 3-0 against a very tough complexity side in that 5th round. I've got to say though, I'm loving the reception for First Killer in Europe. I think that's easily the best reception that First Killer's team has ever had in EU, which is great to hear.
Hey, that's what happens when you add Appjack to your roster. European in his own right. Everyone loves them. And Gen G, they had to go through a gauntlet, a whole entire gauntlet. They had to play some of the best teams in the game. KC, Complexity, Falcons, etc. to get here, and they're here to play now.
We're talking about consolidation of talent. Gen G, they did that as well. The North American 1 seed, they wanted more. They pick up First Killer, the North American MVP, always leads in every offensive category every single year. And it took a little while to warm up, to ramp up. Qualifier 1 and 2 was not their best. Qualifier 3, they showed up and won it. And to me, they're the best North American team here.
Chad, who do you think is going to win? Hashtag M8 for the Gentlemates. Hashtag GGM1 for Gen G here. A nice battle of the Gs. Gentlemates versus Gen G.
And here's the thing, there's so much experience on both sides.
Talk to them.
We always see this in Europe. You know, Europe, like all these players, they go far in these lands, but look on the other side of the field. Obviously, full major champions. We got Chronic and apparently Jack, but First Killer as well. 5 top 4 lands. He's one behind the most, and that is KDOT. So if he gets another top 4, so if he wins this match, he will tie KDOT, the most top 4 finishes. Hopefully it doesn't end at 4th, because, you know, that's his problem normally. But First Killer is looking for that first LAN title. He's been so good. He's been so close before. He finally doesn't build a team. He joins a team to try and get it done. And this is their best shot at it.
And this is without question his best team that he's ever been a part of. FaZe last year was excellent. I mean, him, Sipical, Mist, that's a great team in its own right. But now he's joined up with 2 major champions, 2 proven winners to try to help him get by that top 4, get into the top 2, and not only make another grand final, but this time finish the job. Going up against Gentlemates squad, though, Johnny, that has been hot the whole time.
Yeah, that's really the problem, is if Gentlemates keep playing the way they've been playing, Gen G are going to have a really hard time here. But, you know, if on paper coming into this event, I think Gen G would have been the favorites for most people. I think for us, they were the favorites. It's only after realizing how impressive Gentlemates have been in Swiss that we know that is not the case right now.
We got a head-to-head right here. Seiko versus First Killer. They're being highlighted because FK, he's going to have to lead that offensive charge. But Seiko, he's been on the defensive half the whole entire tournament, playing a great wave with Gentlemates, really slowing it down and taking away the opponent's best offensive player every single series.
And you see the very high goal participation. He's a 3rd man, but he's a playmaker back there, trying to set up his teammates. Number 2 in assists per game for Seiko. First Killer normally pads his stats a little bit more, so he wants to get more involved on the offensive side.
You know, it's been a while. I feel like this, we're trying to, you know, make it a little bit closer, I guess, when you look at Seiko's dominant stats against NA. I believe both those losses were in the first open era LAN. Were they both back in Stockholm? Seiko versus First
with Endpoint, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they've played since then, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is going to be a chance for Seiko to finally get his revenge that he's waited a bit to get against First Killer.
Yeah, you saw the stat down there, 9-3, but 2 of those losses were to First Killer here. So can he get that revenge? And for both these teams, I feel like there is so much for them to prove. Gen G, maybe having proved at this point that they are better than G2. Bates is shaking his head right now. I mean, it's 3 times in a row at this point, but you know that's not the only thing they care about. This is a team that won this event last season. They want to be back in that form.
They were fall major champions and they never got back to that title. So they didn't do that great at the World Championship, just the top 8 finish. They want more. And again, that's why you bring in the North American MVP in First Killer. to do just that. These guys are not here to make a quarterfinals and bow out and let Europe have the flowers. No, they want to challenge the world best, and Gen G thinks that this is the best lineup to possibly do that.
Exactly, Gibbs. You hit it right on the nail, because that's exactly what you want. When you replace Nolan, when you have such a great season last year, but you don't get the results that you thought you get, especially starting the season off, you add FK, arguably the best player in NA. You want to make grand finals. Beating G2, being the best in NA, they don't care about that.
No.
They want to be the best in the world.
This is, we've talked about the team, the top 16 that come here, each one has a different story. Each one has a different version of what success looks like for this team.
Yeah.
The top 8 we have now, there is one thing that will be considered success for their team, and that is holding the trophy at the end of this tournament.
It's going to be tough, though. Every single one of these teams has a shot at that title, and Gentlemates, we have to talk about them more. 3-0 Swiss. No one expected that, and that's over BDS as well, who they couldn't get over in the Open Qualifier 2 and then Open Qualifier 3. Everyone thought that they would just be the worst European team here, but instead, they're at the top.
Yeah, and it really does show, we talk about it all the time, that EU depth. It really feels like any European team pulling up to an international event these days has got a shot at winning it. Gentlemates reminding us that harsh reality, but it's up to Gen G, and it's up to the rest of the international teams here to try and break that narrative. Today is the chance to do it. We've got 4 international matchups, EU and all that.
We can talk about what we think's gonna happen as long as we want, but eventually we gotta let them play. So let's finally put our money where our mouth is, make some predictions here. Johnny, who you got?
I've got the Gentlemates. I feel like that's pretty obvious. I think, going 3-0 in Swiss, they've
Obvious
earned my
is
prediction
crazy.
here. Gen G have looked good. I think this is going to be a competitive series, but I'm going with the mates.
At 1 a.m. last night, I was like, it's all Europe. Gentlemates are going to win. But then I got rest. And then I figured out that, I'm an NA talent, NA caster. I got to pick him at least once, and I'm not picking G2 later. So we're going Gen G.
What have you done with Gibbs?
We're going Gen G. I'm going with the North American pride. I'm feeling good about it.
I've worked with this man for 8 years. Not once has he said, I'm a North American. I should predict North America.
I'm
What?
going for the upset. Let's go.
Listen, Gentlemates, you've had a great one, beating Royal 1, beating BDS, beating Falcons. That's good and all. But now you're going up against Gen G squad. That's feeling good right now. Gentlemates, you're playing a great time, but I'm going with Gen G. I'm going with NA. Give me Gen G, Mobile One Racing.
Okay. Johnny's
where's my
prediction is AWOL right now, but I'm also going with the Gentlemates on this one. So we're going to be split up on the desk. I agree, 3-0 has to mean something at some point. And you talked about how popular this team is, how teamy they are, how well they play together
They're
here.
so comfortable.
And now
You
see the smiles. They got the fans here for them, the ultras in the house. This is incredible stuff. So I'm excited to see them here.
Yeah.
The coin took the day off.
We lost the coin.
But we'll flip one
anybody
back
find
somewhere.
the coin, let us know. We
Yes,
moved the desk. The coin got lost in transition. We don't know where it is.
If you're in the building and you find the coin, please hold it up and wave it around. We'll come and get it. But
Copenhagen, are you ready?
Don't remember saying anything.
Never mind. I'll just make, hey, we're going to ask that again a little bit. We're going to ask that a little bit.
It's
just a warm-up.
Hey,
It's a warm-up.
Hey, I think y'all can get louder, though. Copenhagen, are you ready? Oh, they're ready. They're
I think they're ready, folks. It's enough talking. It's time for the playoffs.
The RLCS rewards consistency and perseverance. It tests loyalty, mental toughness, and your ability to overcome adversity. The 8 remaining teams this weekend have passed those tests, and now they face a new challenge. You can bring it online. You can bring it inside a closed studio, but now you've got to have it on that stage in front of esports' greatest fans. France versus the world kicks off with our #1 seed. North America sends a resilient major
This is
champion of
dude,
their own.
RLCS always is bombing.
Only one of these 2 squads can survive and advance to face Championship Sunday. This is where the lights are brighter than ever. This is where we separate contenders from pretenders. And Copenhagen, this is Rocket League!
230 days
Gives me
since we
chills
last
every
saw
freaking
all of your beautiful faces at the World Championships. The time for talk is over, James. This is where the magic happens.
Yes, and no more lives. Gentlemates haven't lost any through Swiss, but now, oh, hold on a second, almost an early
That's so
goal
much
there.
power off this shot.
Itachi trying to make magic our kickoff.
Jack as well, and how good of a tournament has he had so far? See Gen G coming in,
Bro,
the number 2 seed out of
First
North
Killer has
America,
been
bit of a
like off
topsy-turvy
this
Swiss
whole
stage.
tournament.
Getting through as that number 8 seed, and Gentlemates, well, they came in from that European Open
just looks like
qualifiers,
he's
and
on
they
position
look like the
for
number
all
4
these.
seed, but coming out number 1 here in the Swiss,
A lot of these,
I mean, they're just peaking at the right time.
Oh, they have such a consistent play style. Itachi has been doing this for quite some time. Itachi, a major champion in his own right, looking to add one more title to his belt.
Just land winners everywhere, but that man First Killer on Gen G, the odd man out there amongst his teammates, obviously the major winners. Jack Chronic, and it's got to be Itachi opening it up.
Itachi was
At
the
first, like
top
Chronic go
scorer
right
through
here, I was like,
Swiss.
yeah, it's
Online,
bad challenge.
he was more of a support player, but he has been playing a leading role for Gentlemates.
The perfect start for Gentlemates, picking up where they left off in the Swiss stage, and maybe one more!
And we already saw this at the beginning of the game. Gentlemates off kickoff, generated. You could see Juicy slow down, not flip into that kickoff, and that was a beautiful kickoff tactic.
I mean, we see with the Falcons, they implement that K-Corp as well. The kickoff strategies, Johnny Boy's got to be absolutely loving this. Gentlemates with 2 already in Itachi, as you said, that major winner
Freaking
last
what a
season.
touch.
Already got a brace.
Roster upheavals. Everyone trying to catch up to Vitality. Gentlemates with this all-new squad. They had some good results online, but here in Copenhagen, they have been at an extra level, CJ.
You have to think for Gen G as well. You look at North America, currently outperforming G2. They've beaten them 3 times. This is the best that North America has to offer. Gentlemates right now with the perfect start in game 1. Jack though, trying to get something to work sidewall. Seiko clearing to the side. First Killer up now off the corner. Can't quite get it to work. Juicy, the new kid on the block for Gentlemates. Hasn't he been impressive so far?
Certainly has. Was on Moist. Had some limited success there. Moist going their separate ways. Juicy finding a new home, and it has been working out. But this is the reason all these teams have formed, to claim total victory at a major and at Worlds. Seiko looking for that double. Apparently Jack going for the goal, and he catches the defense out.
Yeah, just a positional mistake there, and Jack's ready downfield. First Killer with the pass. You see Jack just trusting his teammate with the clear, and that, as we said, Juicy, the most inexperienced member of Gentlemates there, just getting caught out of touch.
Gen G, they're fighting back. Juicy off the ceiling, beats Chronic. Backboard denied by First Killer. Rebound though to Seiko. Seiko pinch pass. First Killer getting a piece of it, but a nice boost steal from Juicy. Doesn't get the infield pass, and now the counterattack is on
Just made him awkward on the ball.
Pass across the
How to
goal.
give up
Apparently
possession.
Jack going all the way back, grabs the mid boost.
Yeah, FK's just surging downfield, but they've lost possession. Seiko now, 23 boost. Doesn't quite get the touch that he wants. Demo's coming through. Jack, and hasn't he been physical this tournament? That off-ball play, there's the touch. Awkward read right now off the far follow-up. FK just parries it to the side.
You said apparently Jack, so many demos coming out from him here in Copenhagen. Now Seiko in a 1v1 situation with apparently Jack, and Jack will clear it safely over to the corner, but Itachi now looking for a play, and First Killer again there to deny. Gen G forced to play a lot of defense, but there's another demo from apparently Jack.
Yeah, there's just so many demos in the Swiss stage, and
Dude, I don't like what First Killer's doing, dog.
What can he do? Jack with the read again. Gentlemates keeping pressure on, however, there is Jack, forcing it forward. Juicy to the wall for himself, gets one more. Chronic trying to work it around, but he's giving it to Itachi. Ceiling touch, no one home for Gentlemates.
Good snag there from First Killer. Itachi stays in the play with low boost and still wins it in. You can see all of Gen G working together to get that clear. Juicy up against First Killer, who's staying in the corner. Apparently Jack goes very far up. It's going to be a weak shot, easily saved, and now a kickstart on the counterattack. Juicy with boost, lets it bounce. Flip reset, going for the bump, but First Killer went high on the challenge.
Yeah, First Killer's speed's been immense in this first game. Minute 10 for Gen G to get to work here. They need a goal. Itachi with the clear downfield. Chronic, it's a little bit awkward, but he gets a nice first touch. There's the reset. Over the top of Juicy, pass shot off wide. And no follow-up. Jack having to wait back here in the midfield.
Oh, but
Gen
you
G.
can see First Killer was parking underneath Itachi, and that put possession back into the hands of Gen G. Gentlemates trying to hold on for this final minute.
They're peppering the net, but they can't quite get that one in the back of the net. Juicy trying to find it clear, does really well. Jack just has to go, but he's been beaten on the 50. It's going to be open, but First Killer back in time. Gentlemates not willing to push forward. 30 seconds left for Gen G.
First Killer moving upfield. Apparently Jack reads the touch. Gets the double. Tie. You can see First Killer was trying to get there, but Juicy had great positioning on the backboard. Chronic with a 50 will be low on boost. Needs help. Finds it, and apparently Jack. But Seiko's there to deny the clear.
Trying to ice it out here. 10 seconds left. Gen G have to get to work. What can they do, Gentlemates? Just looking to get the ball down. First Killer shot saved by Juicy. What can they do here? There's the pass across, but
it does bounce.
Ball still alive. They're trying to keep it up. Chronic pre-flip. Gentlemates take game one.
What a close game. And with
we got it.
Games like this, here at the Major in Copenhagen, you know nerves are going to be a factor. Margins will be thin. And what made the difference this game for Gentlemates was a kickoff strategy.
They just caught them napping early, didn't they? You saw the 2 goals off the bat inside the first minute.
They almost scored on the first kickoff of the game.
Twice in a row, Gen G getting caught out, and that's unusual. You would have thought apparently Jack, obviously a lot of 1v1 experience, Chronic as well. But they got caught out early, and it sums up Gentlemates. Just such a complete team right now, and they're doing the basics so well.
The fundamentals are sound as we take a look at the Mobile One high performance replay. Itachi, a huge game on the offensive end. Here's the kickoff play. You can see the perfect plan. That was how you draw up the play, CJ.
Just such a strong start. I mean, Gen G fought back. You saw apparently Jack going for the demos. He had a late shot, but just the quality of their attack wasn't quite as strong there as Gentlemates. What a strong start there from them.
And also, I feel like you have to give credit to Juicy as well. Juicy on a couple of, even that last play on the high performance replay, we saw Juicy make that stop. It wasn't a hard shot, but getting those saves on the goal line when you are the third man is critical. We saw him make an even more difficult save near the end of that game.
I mean, Gentlemates, other teams here in Copenhagen have spoken about just how they're the teamiest team, and it sounds funny to say, James, but just such a complete outfit.
You know exactly what they're talking about. It's those teams that have that extra layer of cohesion.
You're not looking for that.
And Itachi has always been a player like that can bring more to a team.
You're not looking for that superstar player either. Obviously, they got world chance, major chance, but hang on a minute, the demos come through. Could this be wide open for Seiko? It is.
Chronic looks really bad.
Another early goal for Gentlemates.
And Seiko,
Chronic's
the world
max
champion on this roster, the one who was leading the way during the open qualifiers. Well, he not only does it online, he'll do it on land as well.
Just picking up where they left off out of that Swiss stage. And I mean, we talk about boot camps. These guys, I'm not sure if they've been home since the European Open qualifiers. I mean, these guys performing out of their facility here. Gentlemates with so much support and off the bar.
What are we doing?
You can see the panic in Gen G's defense. Itachi gets the hit, the demo from behind, the pre-flip from Itachi. He barely beats First Killer to that ball.
They're just getting caught out with the speed, and you saw Seiko with the demo on that last man as well. It was apparently Jack in game number 1 with the physicality. Gentlemates, they've answered right back.
They have, and that was a lovely little back pass from Seiko.
There's a
bump from Itachi. Gen G having to calculate whether that was a pass. Gen G forced to play quite a bit of defense so far in this series.
They're looking a little bit rattled as well. Just from those kickoffs, the little bump plays, these easy goals that they might be giving up here. Perhaps not used to the pressure from this European outfit. Seiko keeping that ball in. There's the clear from Chronic. It's over a minute gone, and again, 2 goals inside the first minute. It's a rinse repeat of game number 1. Can Gen G find 2?
First Killer hit a top 5 play yesterday. Gen G needs some of that offensive firepower right now. Will he get any space? We've seen lots of demos from Gentlemates, but here's some space, and it will be boost as well for First Killer.
And we want to see him get active for Gen G. Obviously, he has that superstar potential. He can take over games, and we haven't quite seen it yet. Here's Juicy, though, and has an EP good so far. Reset ceiling, gets bumped off it. Jack now. He set of his own, finding first killer, but Seiko, what an interception. And he's
moving up
going
for
to
the
keep this
demo.
ball, and it's a 2-on-1. It's an easy bump, and
great
Chronic
save.
doing so well.
Chronic saw that play coming from a mile away. Doesn't make it any easier to dodge, but managed to do it. Keeping Gen G close, and that's gonna be the third.
Bro, what are we doing?
Itachi
Like,
is
actually.
popping off.
We look
Just
so
all
lost.
over them here in the first series. Gentlemates yet to taste defeat in Copenhagen so far. The crowd does not seem to bother them one bit.
And it's the veteran Itachi who is blazing this trail for Gentlemates. Ball back to Juicy. Juicy denied by apparently Jack. Itachi trying to do even more damage. He sees the pass lane, goes for it. It's a changeup, and it's saved off the line.
Even the fact that he's going for that shot just shows how confident Gentlemates are. 3-goal lead, still half the game gone. And as we said, this is where you have to look at first killer. The demos are coming through, but this time it's not for apparently Jack. It's Gentlemates getting active with that pressure.
Gen G started out the game very physically, but it's been Gentlemates who have been having the success with the demos. First killer pinched the ball up, trying to set himself up, but it was too far away, and Juicy shuts the play down.
It just looks rushed there. Rushed their first killer. He had time, but this is what the pressure can do. Here's a free shot for apparently Jack. Gets one back.
Apparently Jack scoring yet again. Seiko looking for a clear, ended up passing right out into the middle, and you can see Juicy being chased by Chronic.
I mean, what a common trend for both sides there. Just looking to bump that last guy out of net, make it as easy as possible for the shot or the solo play to come through. One back here, 2 minutes still, a lot of time for Gen G to get cooking.
Who will be that chef that can serve up some goals? Gentlemates have apparently had Gen G's number this game. Juicy will push it forward. Seiko will have this ball. It's gonna be tough to control. Decides to just boom it downfield. Boom ball back and forth. Itachi not able to get the touch maybe that he was looking for, and it's a bit awkward, and now Gentlemates on defense.
Gen G just lacking a little bit of connection up front. I want to see some pass plays coming through. Here we go. Could it be a fake? FK tries to get the 50. Jack's underneath. He's backflipped out of the way, but Chronic still keeping the pressure on. First killer trying to intercept. Juicy with the clear downfield again. It's just a touch off in their synergy at the moment. Gen G not quite finding each other downfield. Apparently Jack goes for the bump. You see first killer going. It has created space, but
very risky.
Juicy wins the 50. They've sent the house here. Minute left. Gentlemates, can they get one more? Pop over the top. First killer gets a touch.
First killer was third man, but did well enough on that 50 to make sure they don't get scored on. However, Gen G needs 2 goals, and that's just to send it to overtime.
Touchy into the corner. There's first killer again with a clear, but they need it down the other end. Need that connection. Double 50 coming through. Juicy trying to keep this ball in the orange end. Still a 2-goal lead for Gentlemates. A 2-0 lead will be huge in this best of 7. But it's a massive 50, and it's an awkward read here for Seiko. He's got to buy time. He saw the space. He did so well there in defense.
You can see apparently Jack taking a bit too much time. Still did get the corner boost. Will need some help. That's going to be a hard shot, though. Easily saved. First killer infield pass, low 50, and it's chipped off the line by Itachi. Now the counterattack is on.
He just fell down onto that ball. Another pass across, but they don't need a goal right now, Gentlemates. 14 seconds away, unless a miracle can happen here for Gen G. But look at Juicy again. 10 seconds left. Gentlemates, just so impressive this tournament. They're peaking at the right time. They're going to get one back here, Chronic. 3 seconds. We saw the kickoff strategies from the other side of things. What do Gen G have in store here? There's still time left.
We know it's possible, but there needs to be a kickoff play for Gen G. See if they have it. Trying to go for a kill. Gets back right. It is airborne. First killer has half a tank. Decides to pass it off to Jack. Jack,
I swear, dude.
let it through. Wasn't able to control it. And Gentlemates win 2 back-to-back.
And that right there, just that last play epitomizes the connection issues right now. With Gen G, you saw first killer just sending that, booming that ball at apparently Jack, who got caught way underneath it. And if they can just start finding each other, we're seeing the bump plays come through from Jack and Gen G, but it's the start of each game. The 2 goals in the first minute for both game 1 and 2 for Gentlemates have just, it's been the difference in the end.
It has been. The demos from behind throwing them off. That demo, we didn't see it, but the demo set up that play. And now we're getting confirmation that there is a timeout being called for Gen G.
BRB lands.
Coming at the right time as well. You had to call it there. You almost wanted to talk through things after game number 1. Just those kickoff goals. They didn't look quite switched on there, Gen G. But this is where Alu can earn his stripes.
And they need that first killer firepower. They need to have that. The reason that a major champion team in Gen G, they won in Rotterdam. They made a change because they want to win it all. And they believe that First Killer is one of those players that will equip their team with everything they need to be the best. And we've seen that from First Killer. But offensively, Gen G have not been able to have the space. And when they do, you even said it yourself, CJ, First Killer looked to be uncomfortable, rushed when he's had the time, when he's had the boost, hasn't been able to get the ball in the spot he wants and look comfortable.
Well, that's a credit to Gentlemates, though. This is what Europe does. They just don't give you any time on the ball. So when you do eventually get a little bit of space, you're surprised
It's
by
been hammered into your psyche that I got to get going.
And you saw a couple of times there, he was back corner, he had free possession, he took it up the wall and he rushed the touch. He didn't get the quality of what we know from First Killer. You can see what Jack's trying to do with the demos, create space for Chronic, create space for First Killer. But at the moment, this European play style that we see from all 4 teams is a reason why back in the open qualifiers online, we're calling this region just the best in the world. Their play style is so hard to play against.
And there's a reason why Europe is 4-0 against North America here in Copenhagen. Europe has been dominant. There's been chatter all around the Rocket League world saying, will we even see an all-EU top 4? It's possible. And we might be taking small steps there if Gentlemates keeps this performance going.
We speak about apparently Jack's leadership, his smarts, putting out a lot of tutorials, instructional videos. What does he have here? Here's a reset. What a save, Juicy getting underneath. That's a great positive for apparently Jack. It's not First Killer getting the touch. There's another fake out. I like this from Gen G. Much stronger start than the first 2 games.
Oh, they are coming out much more fierce than we have seen them. Can they keep this momentum, this pace? Seiko getting shut down by Jack. Itachi trailing behind the ball. Seiko's also up. That's 2 committed. Juicy has to buy time. Pops it right up to Jack. Jack will try to control it. Goes for a 50, wins it forward. And there's a bump. It looked like it might have even been a double bump, potentially from apparently Jack.
Gentlemates overcommitting in that corner. Seiko getting caught out. He cut rotation and wanted another piece of it. In the end, apparently Jack getting the bump. Gen G, what a start. We talked about the first 2 games, how slow they were out of the blocks. They called the timeout, and now we see an instant response from them.
It just seems like Gen G has that killer instinct now, whereas they did not have it before.
Well, as someone, James, that's always losing in series, particularly on land, something we always speak about is if you're going to lose, lose playing your way. Gen G are doing right. They're just doing it right now, playing the play style that they want to. They're not worried about what Gentlemates have up front. They're playing with speed and they're playing with confidence.
And we've seen apparently Jack up there in the midfield trying to be that first man out on the breakout.
Yep.
A lot of times he's been looking for demos. That time, though, he's just going for goal. Apparently, Jack has been the shooter for Gen G so far.
I'd love to see the average speed coming through from this game. The change up from the first 2 for Gen G. This is so much better. This is what we saw in the final open qualifier in North America. Gen G being able to outplay G2 back in NA. Right now, they're outplaying Gentlemates in game 3. Juicy into the corner, 50 through. What do Gentlemates do? They've never been in this spot so far this series. Facing that deficit, that's an interesting touch coming through. Jack's up, loses it, but First Killer in net, clear downfield. And how about a 3rd goal?
Gentlemates, they threw everything they had. Juicy needed to get that pass over to Itachi. Instead, he bounced past it for a counterattack, leaving his teammate in a 3v1. Are we starting to see some nerves from Gentlemates?
What a response. I mean, we talk about the timeout buff and people get sick of me talking about it, but well, you're seeing it right there. Just that extra moment to reset things has done Gen G a world of good here. 3 goals, more than they've scored so far in the series before that. Chronic Getting the 50, Juicy coming through, and again, this is where Gentlemates, the ball's in their court now, as the pace has just been picked up for Gen G. They're not too worried about this offense. They're not worried about the bumps. They're just backing themselves in individually with confidence and using each other. First killer goes up, gets a beat, has a reset. It's very awkward. Seiko makes a touch. Gentlemates hanging in there. They don't want to concede 4 goals here in game 3.
Oh, and it's a double commit. Gentlemates not able to respond to this change in speed from Gen G. Also, we've seen a couple double commits. Not the best passes, but now we do see a chance for Gentlemates. An early flick up, and you see a demo as well. First killer getting involved.
Chronic with an interesting touch. He went to the backboard, tried to find first killer, who got demoed out of the play. Again, Gentlemates, it looks a lot scrappier than it did first. Here we go. Chronic has to make the touch. Almost gets faked out from the shot. 2 minutes left for Gentlemates to try and get back into it. First killer up in the air. He's looking for that 50. Apparently Jack staying underneath. We're seeing these challenges coming through here. And again, it's an awkward spot, and it's got it almost. There you go. First killer. Hasn't he been huge in game 3?
Massive save there. First killer doesn't just have the offensive chops. He can do it all. First killer looking for a solo play, looking to get up 50 there. Was hoping to dunk that through, but smartly not challenged there by Gentlemates.
How smart's this been from Gen G as well? 3-goal lead, and now they're not worried. There's a whiff coming through from Seiko. All out of trouble on that crossbar, but Chronic keeping it in, just keeping the pressure on. Focusing on the boost control, and just not giving them an easy out here. Gentlemates just trying to work it through, but just not finding anything. A minute left, they still need 3.
Final minute here. First killer up against Itachi. Opts to get the corner boost steal. Itachi back pass. Seiko. Flip reset. Going for a goal. It's off the bar. Rebound. Itachi going for a pass over to Juicy, but Juicy had crept in, maybe wanting to take that shot on his own.
It feels like they've swapped places here, these two teams. It's Seiko with a huge whiff. And that just has to be game 3 secured there for Gen G.
It looks like Gentlemates are rattled. What was said at that timeout, CJ?
I mean, the confidence now, as we said, they're lacking connection, Gentlemates. It was Gen G's problem in the first 2 games, but look at them now. They're winning these 50s. They're winning the midfield game. And they're playing with so much more confidence. 30 seconds left. Will it be a clean sheet? That'll do. Certainly Gen G, a world of wonder throughout the series. Is denying a touch. He's really awkward. He's just completely missed that one.
Oh,
5 on the board for Gen G.
The wheels have fallen off for Gentlemates. 5-0. One of the craziest turnarounds in a series after a timeout that I have seen.
They just look like they didn't have the play style to match it with Gentlemates. 1 timeout. An extra 90 seconds is all they needed here. Apparently Jack, 5-0. I mean, Gentlemates, they scored 2 goals in the first minute of game 1 and 2. Call a timeout, Gen G. And in game 3, have held a clean sheet with 5 goals to their own.
You must wonder what Aleutian said during that timeout to see such a different version of Gen G. Before, we were seeing them rush touches, not get the cleanest first touches, which ruins the whole setup of the play. This game, they were playing like they realized that, hey, player for player, we can win this. We need to just settle down and trust in our practice, trust in our mechanics, and believe in each other and play fast.
They just stopped overthinking it, didn't they? They just started playing on instinct a little bit more, and that half a second of hesitation they had in game 1 and 2, trying to find that connection, trying to link up, that goes away. All of a sudden, they're winning those 50s. They're winning those challenges.
And they're playing with speed.
So much faster.
You saw how quickly that counterattack came to fruition, and it was a dime. And apparently Jack just launched that into the net. And then also a few mistakes as well.
First killer as well. You look at that score, the MVP performance. We were looking for him to step up. He's done that there off the timeout. Now, Gentlemates, they have not decided to call a timeout here, so...
It still might be a little bit early. You know, if you're Gentlemates, maybe you're just saying, hey, they got lucky. You know, they surprised us a bit. The game got out of hand, but sometimes, hey, that happens in games. But now we're going to wipe the slate clean. We beat them badly, or we controlled the first 2 games. We can control this one in game 4.
It's always easy to try and write that one off, but you lose this game as well, and all of a sudden, the momentum has just completely swung the other way in a 5-goal game 3. We'll see if Gen G can build off that. Itachi's up, awkward for first killer. Abjack on that backboard, still has boost, gets bumped out of the way. It's an early start here for Gentlemates off that kickoff. A little bit of pressure of their own. Juicy, in a touch quiet so far.
Demo. First killer just picked up that corner boost off the respawn, got demoed right away. This will make things really difficult for Gen G, but first killer dodges the bump and gets that mid boost. Gen G able to march upfield. Apparently Jack being challenged here. This is going to be a chance for Seiko. He's got enough boost to make the play, but didn't have enough time to get up. The bounce shot's weak, and it's a backflip save from Chronic.
I love that pass from Seiko, but in the end, they could not find the net there, Gentlemates. Gen G escaping out of that one. Scot-free, there's the pop over the top. Chronic double commits with first killer. Juicy keeps that ball in. Better get a beat out on Chronic as well. He's very awkward with the demo, came through first killer. The support play in defense. Let's get them out for now.
Seiko trying to find Itachi upfield. Itachi able to switch the side. Now waiting for a 50, bails out. That's a strong challenge, but first killer there to sweep the line. Now trying to march upfield.
Oh, Seiko's got 1-2, and no, trying to get 3 almost.
Oh, it's wide!
The follow-up. Not in either. Seiko trying to produce some magic. Can he go again? There's the dump follow-up again, 50. Blocked out by Gen G.
And after getting shut out last game, you know Gentlemates are eager to score, and maybe should have on that play, but now they find their way through finally after an immense amount of pressure, battering down the defenses of Gen G.
He just looked frustrated in the end, and brute force got the job done. Itachi with the bump in net, securing that shot. First killer couldn't reach it in time. Gentlemates get the first on the board, which, well, that seems huge for them. When they have conceded the first goal, James, they concede 4 more.
Small sample size, but I can't say that you're wrong, CJ.
First killer with the flick. Seiko popping it to the side. He has found Itachi, but apparently Jack with a beat out. Juicy, there's the midfield beat that we like. Pop across. Apparently Jack. It's a flick, a nice little doink play. It's a beautiful setup for Jack, who is upstairs. And first killer with the shot on. Jack takes it high. Ceiling touch off the doink for Chronic. Don't we like seeing that? And Seiko, that's not the 50 that he wanted, but look at the quality on that finish.
Oh, yes, and also smart from Jack to force that 50 high. Sometimes a ceiling pass is exactly what you're looking for. And that was just what was needed. And now a kickoff opportunity. Juicy stretching to keep these teams even.
Both sides just flirting with danger a little bit on that kickoff. Seiko's got a lot of space. First killer has to go underneath as well, just to dispossess. Give Chronic that free touch and a beat and a demo as well. It's a 2-on-1. Jack tries to fake. Juicy doing so well there in net.
Well navigated. Juicy stuck between a rock and a hard place, but somehow found a way to wiggle out. Space here for Chronic. He's got Jack on the side. Opts to go for a 50. First killer now. Not able to make the most of that either, but you're seeing Gen G try to drain the boost out of Gentlemates, but that hit off Chronic. You can see the double commit now, a bit awkward.
Yeah, but Gentlemates still aren't ready to capitalize on those little mistakes, and that's been the difference here. After that game 3, they're just sitting back a little bit, and oh my goodness, Jack's gone low! Gen G in front!
Apparently Jack is the tip of the Gen G spear, and he finds his mark once more.
I mean, you could only fit a ball there in that bottom right corner, but what placement there from Jack. So smart, baiting out the touch, going low, little ground pinch as well. Gen G need the lead again. Gentlemates weren't able to push forward. Usually when they get one, they're looking for a kickoff goal, looking to get 2, but this pressure from Gen G has been immense. Juicy now, get dispossessed by first killer, who hands it off to Chronic. Looking for a 50 on Seiko, pops it high. Got to get one more, but there it is again. The midfield game right now from Gen G has been a massive improvement, and Juicy's very awkward. Demos coming through. Both sides will escape.
The demos have been traded back and forth. Oh, now a infield pass broken up. Itachi will hit it off to the side. No one from Gentlemates there. Apparently Jack will launch it towards the backboard. Controlled by Juicy, who takes down into a dribble, but that's denied by Chronic. Up in the air now, Itachi, 50 by First Killer. Apparently Jack against Seiko, and apparently Jack launches it by him.
Not sure how he got that touch. He got boost as well, and again, 3 shots on Juicy with the save. Right now, it feels like Gentlemates just overthinking things a little bit. Not getting it as easy as they did in those first 2 games. Apparently Jack up. Does he get the 50? Itachi can't quite get that one on net. First Killer again, a 51 by Gen G. Sidewall, low boost for FK, but he's still up. He wants one more. He's got one more. Apparently Jack shot on wide.
Gen G have to be careful not to overcommit. That's a big dive, and it's going to be a wide open net. First Killer is too fast.
Gen G just all over Gentlemates, and again, the midfield challenges. Just too quick, the positioning too good for FK. A 2-goal lead, 19 seconds left. It's kickoff strat time.
Juicy does find a way to get it over to Seiko, but Seiko wasn't able to tip it out, and now uses up all his boost without doing much. Does find the infield pass. It's off the backboard, but apparently Jack there to break up the play. It might even just bounce in. It does!
What a read from apparently Jack. Itachi throwing everything at it. Gen G, 4 on the board. A statement off that timeout. And now they've tied this series up 2 apiece.
Apparently Jack, it is clear that he is feeling it. Mechanically, he is in the zone. This is a different Gen G than we saw from the first 2 games, almost adding one more. Gen G, they win this game, and surely they force that timeout out of Gentlemates.
You have to. It's been 9 goals in 2 games for Gen G. And look at the smiles on Chronic there. They're feeling good. I'm not sure what the Wizard Illusion said to him of that timeout.
They just looked so uncomfortable. I mean, if you watched the first online qualifiers, Gen G, they looked uncomfortable even though they were still winning. It just seemed like they weren't able to make it click perfectly. Something was just a bit off. And that's the way they looked in these first 2 games. But then, after that timeout, Gen G comes out, and they are working together perfectly.
We do get the timeout called for Gentlemates. It makes sense. They just haven't been able to stem the bleeding off that 5-goal game number 3. And again, apparently Jack looking so strong. First Killer as well. Chronic facilitating, getting those bump plays, supporting his teammates.
And you're seeing the speed of challenges as well from First Killer. I think that last goal of the game was a great representation of what Gen G was able to do since the timeout. They have believed in themselves individually and said, hey, let's just try to be quicker. And you saw Itachi thinking that he had time to get up to that ball, but no, First Killer, not only there first, but able to get the perfect touch that sets up another insurance goal for Gen G. They have been driving circles around Gentlemates.
And just like that third open qualifier as well, they looked so far off the pace before that. G2 were all over them, but you saw how quickly they could change things, and now beating G2 3 times in a row. Once here in Copenhagen, they've done it again. The first 2 games, they just looked so far off it. They weren't synergizing. They didn't have the chemistry. And now it's just fully clicked for them. Gentlemates, the #1 seed here coming out of the Swiss, yet to face defeat.
And did I see a stat, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the desk bringing up that Seiko 0-2 against First Killer. I believe they did say that despite the dominance that Europe has had against North America, maybe First Killer is that kryptonite for Seiko and his team.
You're probably right there, actually. First Killer, and we talk about the record. EU 4-0 currently against NA this event. But if you look back far enough, there's some positives here for NA. Here we go. Game number 5's upon us. Both teams, timeout's gone. No more excuses. Let's see what we got.
Been seeing a lot of fakes from those corner bounces. Could even see a bump attempt in net, but Itachi with a clean 50 win. Ball in the hands of Juicy. Juicy now off the ceiling. Contested nicely by Jack. First killer. Try to get behind this one as well. It pinches back out to the middle. Itachi with a pop-up. Chronic there to sweep off the goal line. Now Itachi again looking for the infield pass, but apparently Jack is there first. Lob up. Chronic says, I'll wait for this touch. And now we'll rotate out.
You just see how locked in Gen G are as well. You saw Chronic in defense before, just baiting out the touch, waiting for the attacker to come in, and it's been the story of this game. They're just making smarter decisions. Jack with a redirect, gets it on net. Itachi's ready for it somehow. His first killer, keeping the pressure on.
It's crazy how precise you have to be in order to put those balls on target to get that shot. Apparently Jack did it last game, almost finding a crazy goal there. First killer off the ceiling, back to the ball. It's a musty, but will be easily received by Itachi.
The crowd liked that one though. The mechanics coming out, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of that over the weekend. His first killer, and again, that just shows how comfortable they're looking. And even in defense now, game 1 and 2, they looked a little bit routed. We saw the double commits, they weren't linking up now. So much confidence from this Gen G lineup. There's a pass again, Juicy and Itachi ready for it.
Space.
Apparently Jack with boost, ceiling, 50'd. Can't quite get that one to work. Gentlemates looking a little bit more settled off that timeout. It's certainly not what they had in game 1 and 2.
Oh, that is a huge clear. Might have even been a little bit of pitch there off first killer, who was going for that challenge. That's a hard shot. Top corner from Seiko.
Yeah, Seiko just reminds everyone that he's a world champ. Look at the precision over the top of Jack, top corner. That's quality from him and might just be the catalyst for Gentlemates off that timeout.
Step up moment from Seiko, who also grabs that mid boost. Juicy demoing Chronic out of the air. Seiko having to fight through contact. First killer trying to perhaps bunk Juicy from behind. Will now turn back into the play on full boost. First killer, pinch pass attempt, broken up. Juicy now marching downfield.
He's got the pop, he's going sidewall, double, misses it. It's a skim, in fact, off that one. Now first killer, how many times do we see this? So much space, he's going ceiling. Gets one more, gets two more, and he comes his own shot. Almost the highlight reel, just kept out. Gentlemates thanking their lucky stars on that one.
And we saw some contact as well. First killer so close to tying it up for Gen G. Now Itachi looking in field. Juicy, he's blocked. And apparently Jack will try to get something going on the other end.
Yeah, he's going to fake the musty, goes low looking for bumps. Chronic with a huge dunk as well. It's awkward for Seiko, just gets it to the wall, has a teammate there, loses the 50. Gentlemates on both sides probably think they should have scored. Back-to-back attacks there, back-to-back offense. Itachi just trying to pop that one up. This is the touch, but he's given space for himself here, and there's another musty. I mean, ever since first killer did it, everyone seems like they want to have a go.
Well, Itachi was being threatened with the bump, needed to jump anyway, tried to make the most out of a bad situation, and now you see first killer. Flip reset 50. Wasn't able to get much going. Apparently Jack just trying to keep it in. Juicy pick up the mid after launching it over. Battle for possession right now at the midfield.
Yeah, Gen G look just to have backed off a touch there, and there gives space for a touchy shot on first killer. Pre-flip safe behind him. It was so awkward. Let's keep that one out. Here's a missed touch from Juicy. Seiko finds Itachi back down. That'll keep pressure on for now. They've got low boost here on Gentlemates. Able to scoop up a couple of hundred to keep the pressure on. Apparently Jack with space takes it up. Gets a touch, Itachi gets 50. Jack has a reset, gets out of it. Seiko now just pops it forward. 1 minute left for Gen G to try and tie it up.
Chronic tipping it over to first killer. 50 by Juicy, but it's a nice result for Gen G. Back down to the corner, but a booming clear from Itachi, forcing Chronic to go back. Up to first killer. First killer looking for Jack. It's a shooting opportunity. The shot is placed perfectly. Apparently Jack scores once more for Gen G.
Look at the three-man pass play for Gen G as well. It was Chronic to FK, so much space for Jack across the pitch. And the shot was nothing but quality. Would you expect anything less from a major champ? Apparently Jack now
Good
wants
first
one
touch.
more. He gets the pass to first killer. Backboard touch. Seiko misses!
A game of inches.
killer navigates around Seiko for the go-ahead goal. Gen G have flipped Game 5 on its head.
They just need one little moment, one opportunity. They took it. They get the extra off the kickoff, and now they've got the lead. Gentlemates pushing forward. Drop down in
The response there for Gentlemates. Juicy forcing the issue. That second touch. It waterfalls down for Itachi, who was hoping and praying that that ball found him, and it did.
Haven't we got ourselves a game here on Aquadome? Part 2, 2.0, pop over the top, reset. Quite coming through there. There's a touch, first killer. Can't quite get it, Gentlemates. Have lost that possession there, and Juicy's tracking back. He's got 0 boost, and that's a really awkward touch. He's done well, 10 seconds. There's the shot, he saved it somehow. Will we get overtime here? This is a huge momentum, and the demo coming through. Juicy's backflipped. He wants this ball down and gets it. Overtime, both teams just get to breathe a little.
And surely you must have been worried there for Juicy, who had backflipped in that moment. Thankfully, I'm sure.
Jack!
Hold on! Thankfully, they found overtime. But Gentlemates were leading for most of this game. An incredible last-minute effort from Gen G has a chance. Now, apparently, Jack with some boost going for the ball. RLC dodges one, but the second, woo, it comes, and it kills Alpine.
The major MVP of last season, apparently Jack, doing so much work. First killer with the cleanup. Gen G, they were down in that game. They fought back. It went to OT, and Gen G clutch up. They are one game away from being the first team to take down Gentlemates and move on to the semifinals.
What a story that would be. Gen G, who slogged through the Swiss stage, making it through in round 5, going up against Europe, who has been owning North America here in Copenhagen. And in this game, it looked like they were going to drop it, but in that final minute, we saw magic from Gen G.
And it was apparently Jack time and time again. But Gen G just showing their adaptability and then their nerves of steel under pressure here in a hostile environment. Over in Europe, in Copenhagen, first major of the season. They fought back, Gentlemates, but look at apparently Jack Seiko, who just whiffed the touch, gave him so much space, and he was looking for the bump. Juicy doing so well.
If he gets that to the corner, it's fine. They have the time. This game just shows you how much of a game of inches, centimeters, millimeters, whatever you want to call it, how close plays can be, with apparently Jack dodging the bump, dribbling it around, getting that back pass. That was incredible. And then Juicy on the other end, how it doesn't go your way. He gets the backflip save, dinks the post, and that made all the difference.
Gentlemates, after those first 2 games, they've lost 3 on the bounce. And now if there's any Gentlemates fans in the arena, they might need your support here in Game 6. Here we go. Will we get Champions Field? The first best of 7. First major of the season. There's a touch. Apparently Jack in the midfield. 50 it out. Bumps coming through. Connick's got an open net!
And Tachi, he felt threatened, and for good reason. Apparently Jack was chasing him down, and he opened up that gap for Chronic.
Gen G are absolutely snowballing their way to Championship Sunday at the moment. Juicy trying to spoil the party. There's the pass to Itachi. He tries to get the drop down. Chronic ready for it. Apparently Jack up in time. He's whiffed. First killer there to help him.
Will Gentlemates be able to respond? Seiko is going to have to bring some of that World Championship caliber gameplay to help bring them back in it. Chronic in the air, pushing it by 1 off the ceiling. Did he get his jump? He did, but needed to get back down to the ball.
He was trying to find that ceiling, but in the end just got caught a little low there. Apparently Jack blocked out. Seiko trying to help. Jack's up, been beaten, first killer there, and again, so much space for FK. He's got a reset, doesn't quite get the touch he wanted. Chronic keeping that ball in for Gen G. Clear coming through, a lack of connection. Gentlemates, they haven't been in this situation before. They haven't been down at all in this tournament. It's been a breeze in the Swiss stage. Now they're facing elimination right here.
Chronic over to first killer to pop. Juicy moving in, and it's another massive clear all the way downfield. Seiko will keep on it. Seiko to the backboard, gets bumped off, no double, but the rebound goal for Itachi is there.
Just a huge response from Seiko. The first touch impeccable over the top of Chronic. FK dove, the bump came through from Juicy. Three-man offense from Gentlemates. They're getting so desperate up front, but they have to right now. Gen G with so much momentum. Such an important goal here in Game 6.
What a battle we are witnessing. Gentlemates, they started strong, but then after the timeout, Gen G came out swinging. Gentlemates not finding any answers.
It's a bad touch there, though, and it's going to be open. No shot, no follow-up, surely wide. That could have been it, still might be. First killer gets bumped, another shot, it's off again. Gen G should have got the 2 goals. Should have gone in front there. How much will that come back to bite them? Chronic's up now, off the side. Trying to fake out that touch, can't quite get it to work. Corner, apparently Jack. Trying to get a bump from his own, but again, Gentlemates hanging on.
They finally break out after that pressure, and that last possession from Gen G will be one to review later on. Surely they could have found a goal at some point. There's a team bump, but somehow through the chaos, it might have worked out. Rebound out to apparently Jack, but he's blocked.
Seiko huge, he was getting bumped. Now the counter-attack comes through. Flick over the top, it's just Chronic left. Saves the flip and gets one more on it. Touchy just has to get it to the side. Chronic doing so well, so much value from that possession there. Juicy up, dusted by first killer. Over to Chronic, he's got Jack down. He's just got to get working around and keep that pressure on. Low boost here for Itachi,
He picked up the mid though.
They've got out here downfield, a huge 50 as well. Is there a shot coming through? First killer saves in the corner.
Mega bounce off the sidewall. Seiko tries to control it. Itachi, a lot of pressure on that possession. Not the best first touch. Ball leaks out to Chronic. Chronic dodges the first bump, but can't dodge the second. A bit awkward. Seiko wins the 50, but Itachi's very far back. And now the double commit. Chronic will try to find apparently Jack in the middle.
Yeah, he's just going to fake out. You see the pre-jump. You notice it from Juicy. Apparently Jack's looking for bumps. Seiko, well, he's lost that ball. He's got the 50 on Jack, who stole the corner boost. Itachi downfield. First killer pre-jumping. Trying to sit behind that ball. Apparently Jack winning it, but it's over to Itachi. 100 boost. Gets it across with a bit of space. Popping it up now into the corner. Just over a minute left. Both sides. You feel like next goal might just win this. And it might be for Seiko!
Itachi! He is dragging Gentlemates to this victory. He has been on fire in every single one of Gentlemate Alpine's wins.
A minute away from Game 7 kickoff. Here we go. Gen G, what do you got? Pushes it to the side. It's going to be a win here and possession for Seiko, who's looking so composed. He's got the flick. Good touch there just coming through. First killer. It's over 50 seconds now. Gen G, they have to go. You don't want to go Game 7 dropping 6 when they had their chance to win.
Well, we've been in this situation before. Gen G was able to score. They were able to flip the game script. Can they do it again to move on to the semis?
It's a great boost grab there, and it's a free chance. Juicy's up in the air. Itachi now just getting bumped out. First killer, he somehow recovered, missed it though. A little bit of space for FK, taking low 50s. In the air, Seiko with 100 boost. It's awkward, but he's done a fantastic first touch. Double commit, Chronic's up. First killer, trying to keep that ball in. 15 seconds, Gen G, they want one here. Gentlemates want to force it to Game 7. First killer's up off the backboard. It's so awkward. Apparently Jack saves Seiko. 5 seconds now. What can Gen G do? First killer's up, fakes the reset, misses. Ball trying to be down, still got to be alive. Gentlemates, force Champions Field.
We are going to Game 7, CJ, and you wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm sure all the fans who decided to show up to this Copenhagen Major for the first series are not disappointed with that decision.
230 days since we've had a live crowd for some Rocket League action. How good is this esport on land?
We take a look at the Mobile One high performance replay. Things starting out in favor of Gen G, but we had an
Incredible effort there from Seiko, forcing the rebound. Itachi there to put it in. And then this play from Itachi up off the ceiling. Goes through. Many times you think, oh, Chronic's just gonna hit that and then you bail out of the play. But no, Itachi plays the miss and it was the right decision. Was able to feed that ball out in front of net. Itachi, he's had that killer instinct. He has been playing like a champion.
Gentlemates, what a time to stop the run. 3 games on the bounce for Gen G. Their backs were against the wall. And this crowd is starting to come alive. Game 7, Champions Field, here we go.
One more game. That's all we've got in this series.
Chronic misses that one. Jack keeping the
demos.
pressure on. There's the pass. Jack gets the bump. Juicy ready in time. Could have been the best possible start for Gen G. Gentlemates, low boost. Chronic shot on. More pressure. Juicy reading that one. Demo's coming through. Jack's up. Jack's got 2. Jack's almost had the top corner in his sights.
A ferocious start for Gen G. They're clawing at the net, but Gentlemates managed to fend them off. Now a double tap, not landed from Juicy. Rebound out to the middle, Seiko to Juicy. Juicy not able to get the shot on target.
He just rushed that one. He had so much time. He was looking for the top corner, but just skimmed off the side of his car. That 50's got to work for Chronic. Shot on and again. So much pressure on every moment, every touch right now. Seiko gets space off the side. 100 boost. He's looking for the pass. Gets the bump. There's the follow. Touch to the wall. Jack, great positioning.
Jack ready for that double tap attempt. There was so much space given to Gentlemates on that play. They weren't able to land it. Oh, we see the roll one in the corner.
Oh, it's broken. You can see the pressure and the Copenhagen crowd aren't too happy. There's the infield. No one home. Itachi no boost. Jack now trying to get something to work. Chronic and First Killer, they're squeezing this offense. First Killer's looking for a bump. Chronic's up. Itachi gets 50. Juicy's underneath it. Gentlemates just getting that ball out for now.
The pressure is building. Both teams have had good looks. Another pass over. Itachi didn't have a teammate nearby.
You're just seeing there's the pressure. They're not ready to push up for the pass. Who's going to be that player? Game 7, forget about play style, forget about structure. It's all about moments. Who's going to be the player to step up? It's a great touch from Juicy. Jack has to back off it. And can he get one more? Almost.
Hold on.
Gives it to First Killer, though. He gets the beat. Can he get one more saved out just for Seiko?
First Killer trying to battle through that bump. Couldn't do it. But he has put Gen G on the attack. But Chronic will go racing back, denying boost on his way.
He's got 100 to work with. Bit of space as well. He's looking for a bump. It's the signature play of 2024. It's a free touch. Jack's gone. He's over to defense. Itachi has an open net.
And how fitting is it that Itachi is there to punch that goal in? Gen G, they overcommit, and Gentlemates punish.
You could see Jack just weighing it up in his mind. Third man there. He was blindsided by Itachi. He got the open net. We've got half a game of Rocket League left. Gen G, they've done it before. Gentlemates, they've got the momentum now. Can they do it? Who's got the nerves of steel? Who's going to clutch up? And who will be moving through to Championship Sunday?
Juicy been making big stops all day long. Ball back out to Itachi. Itachi back down to the ground. He does fake out the first defender. Apparently Jack wasting a lot of boost on this play, and Juicy launches that back towards net, forcing even more boost out of Gen G.
Just seeing these touches, a little bit nervy, but Jack's just going for it. He's going for the bumps. Chronic, Juicy doing so well there just to fake it out. He gets one more. First Killer is in a little bit of trouble. Itachi's right there, goes low, shot on wide. Follow up, fake down!
Nerves of steel for Gentlemates. Itachi started that play with a perfect touch, bringing that ball upfield. Itachi getting that ball to Seiko, and the composure, the boldness from Seiko to slow it down.
To do that on chair. Hang on a minute! Well, haven't we seen this from Europe before? just when you think that they should be playing a little bit more conservative, a little bit safer.
Right when you think this is about to be settled.
They turn upfield and they've given Gen G some hope.
Chronic, Zaire dribble shut down. Seiko off the ceiling. That shot blocked. Apparently Jack going for a 50. Got by one, but Juicy pops it up. Juicy will stay in the play, but he's beat to that ball infield to Chronic. Chronic will launch it upfield. Seiko has been cold. Blooded, really. Looks like he has nerves of steel. No panic from him, even on defense. They'll need that for this final minute.
Here we go. This is where champions are made. This is where greatness occurs. Juicy with the pop. First killer. Gives space for Chronic. He's going to find apparently Jack,
That's a strong
who puts
shot.
it on net. Safe for Seiko. Relatively conventional. Juicy keeps it to the side. Do Gentlemates have those nerves of steel you spoke about? Chronic with the catch.
I missed the corner boost though. Has to bail out on the play, a bit awkward. Rebound out to Itachi. Itachi the 50 over. Jack will snag it, but he's blocked by Juicy, who has been brilliant. Trying to feed Seiko. Seiko wasting time. Seiko, the 50, finds its way to Juicy, who finds the backboard. And Chronic will launch this downfield for the final attack.
This is it for Gen G. It's an awkward touch. 10 seconds left. Here we go. Apparently Jack gets the shot. It's wide. Itachi just looking for the ground. Gen G looking for one more. Chronic won't be able to get there.
Gentlemates persevere.
Gen G took them the distance. But greatness responded on Champfield in 7. The number 1 seed out of the Swiss. Do it again.
And Seiko showed up when they needed him.
That's
So
a world champion.
composed on defense, and the play to slow it down. So confident, you could see it from him. Itachi was fantastic all series long. And Juicy, that play from Juicy defensively, that was a huge boost for Gentlemates. And you've got to give it up for that series. Gen G putting on a show with Gentlemates.
Gen G going home, but doing their fans, doing their supporters a lot of justice there. Europe now 5-0 against North America at the first major here in Copenhagen, the first major of the season. And they will be the first team through to the top 4, through to Championship Sunday.
And there was a lot of NA hopium leading up to Copenhagen, leading up to this major. People said that North America was a 2-team region. Well, one of those 2 teams has been knocked out here in the quarterfinals of the playoffs.
What a start, James. What a start to live Rocket League in front of the crowd.
All smiles on Seiko for good reason.
There certainly weren't smiles after game 5. But we do have the new kid on the block with none other than Leafex. Let's go to the interview with Juicy.
That's right. Give it up for Juicy and Gentlemates. How exciting is to have these guys right behind you right now?
I mean, it's the first time I got like a real public supporting me, so it's like incredible.
Listen to that. That's for you, man. Hey, this is just an incredible electric stage. The crowd, it's so intimate. Everyone is so close. Does it make it a little bit easier that we have, everyone so close, you can see the faces of everyone, or is it more intimidating?
I mean, I don't really pay attention since I'm really focused on the game. So I'm just like, I don't really care,
Fair enough. Let's talk about the gameplay too, because there was a bit of a switch up there. There was a timeout for Gen G. They switched things around. What switched in, and how did you guys counter that back?
I mean, they took a timeout and they played really fast, and we didn't really expect it. So we just like, I don't know, we didn't...
I might kill myself, guys.
How do I say this?
I was watching on my TV while eating freaking breakfast.
Yeah, just to their gameplay, and then we are just like we have nothing
I
to lose
hate
and
everything, dude. This always happens to NA, dude. Always a Game 7 close series
I want
against
to
an
ask
EU
about it
team.
because you guys, I saw a couple
Never
kickoff
can
strats,
win.
and it seems to be that
Just never
kickoffs
can
are
win.
the new thing on the block. Everyone is trying them. Do you guys dedicate a lot of practice time to working on kickoffs?
yeah, a lot. I mean, we tried some things, and we figured that kickoffs are like a really big thing now, so we just like practice
Better
them a
pull
lot.
it together.
I'm loving it because it makes it very exciting. Now, up next, you guys are going to be facing will be either KC or Falcons. Which one do you think you have a better chance of beating?
I mean, against KC we know each other, so it's like it's gonna be a close match, and Falcons
Get
too.
this. And play some free play and Rocket League. Alright, the Avengers better win it all then. Ow. That hurt. That hurt, bro. We just got no clutch in us. I felt like Abjack was playing so bad too. We should have won that freaking 6th game, but we gave up that one goal where all of us pushed into the corner. Just
this entire series, like he said, he lost his controller grip of 8 years. It didn't look like it. 1 goal per game, and he was also being upset.
yeah, dude. Yeah, bro, my old teammate is Garba. My dude, Rave is my Pookie Bear, also known as you. You're Rave. Bro, who almost died? Wait, did you get in a car crash? language. Watch it, buddy. Next year snowboarding? I don't know, dog. Maybe. Might have to. Ray, did you almost die in a car crash? Yeah. What happened? Rave, why isn't there much Canadian pro players? You should be one of them, dog. Teachers. Am I supposed to be your son? I already know how to A-roll, don't worry. IRL. Bro, what the flip, Brave? I'm assuming 170 kilometers per hour, right? But like, still, that's crazy fast. Still, that's still like 100 and something miles. I don't know. That's wild. Probably. Two's rank looking peak. Oh, bro. Ones is not the move, dog. Oh, dang it. Sure. How'd you find that out? That's actually hilarious. Yeah, cause I was looking up. I saw Blaze streaming earlier, like this week, and I saw that he was like low 1500 and two. So I'm like, dog, how did this guy get like? There's no way. Dude, the craziest part of him putting that on his Instagram bio is just insane. Like, that's actually insane. Bro, I cannot freaking. Yo, chat. Is that a 6 shot or what, chat? Yeah. Was indeed clean. What's the when's the next game? In like 5 minutes. I don't know, they're doing like predictions and stuff right now, so probably gonna start real soon. But it's gonna be BDS versus G2 if you don't know. That was so goofy. I suck. Bro, I'm so mechy, dude. The Octane be feeling good. Alright, let's lock in. Alright.
Let me know when you find the answer. Bro, I don't know if I hate I actually don't know if I hate the BDS jerseys or I really like them. Chad, do you fuck with the BDS jerseys and the kappa and the collar? I think I fuck with them.
Watching my boy Kaga. Alright, is JNS from like North Canada?
Here we go.
Is bro from the snowy part of
Let me
Canada?
know your predictions
What?
of the series score. Who do you got and what? I got
oh
G2.
no, I'm streaming it.
4-3 G2. Here we go. NA, last hope. Come on. G2 and 7, BDS 4-1, BDS 4-2, BDS 4-0, BDS 4-1 again. It is kind of a G2 classic to get 4-1 by BDS, not gonna lie. G2's walkout is gonna be like, so it's just gonna be like fucking them just like slowly walking out, you know, just I don't know, bro. The production is really nothing special. I can't lie. Yeah. Daniel's just walking out. Yep. I'm not gonna, bro. I don't want to sound like a hater, but I don't know if it's just me, chat. But I think those G2 jerseys are pretty fucking bad.
I like but I don't.
I think they're just kind of like lame. You should have Kep in his American flag and following David. Okay. Yeah, sure, Harry. We'll talk about it for London.
Go to the stream. What stream?
Oh yeah, I have a G2 jersey. I could go bring it out, but I don't know if that'd be worth it. Damn, they're the #1 defense at this major. That's actually impressive. I did not expect that.
Wait, G2's #1 defense? That's actually crazy. But they would like give up so many goals with how they play.
Change title? What do you do? My title says G2 versus BDS. What's wrong with that? You can also change the title. You are a mod. I'll just do it in chat. Just to be safe. I think NA will make any tiebreaker. Pro backseats major. Yeah, basically. Is Monkey Moon the actual GOAT of Rocket League? The actual GOAT of Rocket League, definitely up there. I think I would probably say
Monkey Mooney's nuts. Right there. There he
I don't
is.
know, bro. Vatira's like, I think there's a stat with Vatira, like, he's.
Why does he have his hair like that to cover his receding hairline? Like,
in
jeez.
the tournament he plays. That is fucking insane. Like, that is insane. He's gonna win Worlds first? Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call Monkey Moon to go over him for that, but how many, doesn't Vatira have like 2 majors already? I don't think, well, Monkey Moon has 1 major. But I don't know, bro. It's insane what, but it feels like pre-jump and everything. It's definitely part of it. It's definitely part of it. Pre-jumping is definitely the part of the game now. Beast Mode, tuck that chain in. You ain't slick, boy. Bro, Beast Mode, tuck that chain in. We get it. You're trying to flex, kid. You're trying to flex.
Time to lock in.
What is Savvy telling the boys? I don't know. Probably just have fun. Enjoy the moment. Big crowds in regional lands. I mean, Worlds just feels like that little extra, to be honest. I don't know. There's something different about Worlds, where it's just a little bit like more serious, to be honest. Like, I would rather win one Worlds than 2 or 3 majors, probably, for sure. Not just because of the money. I hope they watch film. I'd be amazed if they didn't watch film on BDS last night. That would honestly be irresponsible of them if they didn't watch their series versus BDS back and see what they did wrong. That would be insanity. So I guarantee you they definitely watch back their film and try to review it. Dude, the coin shit is so stupid. I'm sorry. That shit is just genuinely, like, it has to feel so dumb on stage. Maybe if Sassy bounced some ass, they win. Okay. What the fuck? Okay.
Oh.
There you go, crowd. Whatever teammates is picking, do the opposite. That would be true. What the fuck is that coin shit? Yeah, I don't know the coin tech. That place looks so small. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I said it earlier, but I didn't want to like be a dick. But the venue does not look very like impressive at all, to be honest. I don't know. It doesn't look bad, but I don't know if you all remember San Diego, the Winter Major last year. That crowd was literally in a DreamHack, and it feels like this, where it's like literally like 2,000 people, which again isn't bad. Maybe that's the norm now, but it just feels a little kind of like underwhelming, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel about the crowd, but it feels a little like underwhelming. That's about it. The stage does look nice. Stage does look nice. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Come on. G2 win. Everybody gives 5 subs. Everybody was crazy. We get 1,000 subs. Rah, let's go. Right, chat? Right, chat? Let's fucking go. I like the way G2's moving already. I have a feeling, chat. I don't know. I can just sense it. I can sense it. Double commit. Fuck it. I love it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. The BDS decal is really nice. Fuck that monkey moon guy, bro. He's so scary. Good touches by Tom. No. Bro is coping so hard. What do you mean I'm coping? I'm just believing. Was Monkey on the Fennec at some point during this major? Fuck. Not a great start, fellas. Not a great start.
That touch is so.
Just pass it to him. GG. GG's.
I'm gonna end the stream so I can go
Jolly looks pretty calm.
Watch with the fam, to be honest.